Welcome to Nightlight. Step away from the mainstream and gather around as we enlighten the world and our realities and travel this cosmic journey we call life. Join us as we share with you and provide that beacon that can guide us all to a better way. Explore with us as we examine a metaphysical montage of spiritual insights, covering everything from the mundane to the magical, UFOs to unicorns, and everything in between. This is a time of awakening, of sharing and evolving, of spreading our wings and soaring on the cosmic breath of creation. Come and join with other light-minded spirits as we weave our lights together to seek understanding, enlightenment, and with a little luck, some wisdom. This is Nightlight, a reminder that you are never alone.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Nightlight again. This is another of our reading shows, and Jeannie and I are working our little pace off trying to get all of you in, and we'll do our very, very best tonight. Those of you who have been regulars to Blog Talk Show for the last 16 years may have noticed that it's getting a little old and cranky around the edges, and Blog Talk is going to go out of existence by the end of January, I think January 25th. So we will be moving to another platform, but certainly we will keep everybody who is a member of the Circle especially notified, and the Circle can be found if you go to my website, barbaradelong.com. And in the middle of the little banner on the very, very top, you'll see Join My Circle. And you can join the Circle, and that will let me know you're in the Circle, and I will be able to let you know exactly where we finally end up. We will also be going, she cringed to say this, video. So it's going to be a very exciting time for us. I'm going to have to learn new modalities, so is Jeannie. And we're sort of excited and terrified at the prospect of taking on something new, but we are going to do that. I'm going to be using tonight, as always, the Cosmic Deck of Initiation, the card deck that I designed, and it's a self-development deck, but it's also used for prognostication. So we do readings with it from time to time, and it seemed like things were getting a little crazy out there, so Jeannie and I decided that we would be doing readings between now and the end of the year every Thursday night. Somebody in the chat room just said they can't learn new modalities, but I guarantee you, no matter how old you get, and I'm older than most of you, a new modality you can learn. So we're going to be stretching ourselves, becoming more into the flow, and whatever the heck that is. But anyhow, we are going to have the experience of having the video, and it's going to be very exciting. We just haven't quite decided where we're going, but we know we're going. I think there's a song by that, but that goes way back into history, so I won't even bore you with that one. So Jeannie has screened a whole bunch of you, and we'll work our way through as fast as we can. And with great hopes, we will get to everybody tonight. So starting with Melinda. Hi, Melinda. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, Ms. Barbara. Thank you so much for taking my call and been a fan of your show for a couple of years now.
Well, we're not going to lose you, but we are going to go to another platform. So we just don't know which one yet, but it's going to be very exciting.
Yeah.
She said as she cringed, "How can I help you tonight?"
Yes, I will be looking forward into that, but I don't do video, so that's the only thing that I will not do.
Oh, you don't have
show.
to. No, you don't have
Okay.
to. You don't have to.
Okay.
There will be a chat room, and you'll be able to, I believe, call in, but you don't have to. You don't have to be on video. I'll be the one that has to shoulder all of that.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. I'm happy for you. Thank you for sharing the gift. And what's the name of your cards again? Where can you buy them?
It's called the Cosmic Deck of Initiation, and they're hand-painted mandalas that I painted, and they give us an idea as to the kind of energies that are going on around you and how you can best work with them. So, did you have a question tonight?
Yes, I have a question. So there's a big project that I got to take care of. This has to do with where I'm at, the city I'm at. It involves two things. And I really talked to the real high important people, and I'm seeing some changes with other things, and I know that's a big one that involves many lives. But I believe it could happen because I really feel it in my heart. I feel that somehow or the other it's going to initiate, and that will really make the planet happy. You know, gotta start somewhere, right? And we gotta
right.
Anyway, what do you see in that? I don't want to give really more specific details because you are a professional, but I hope I
oh yeah, no,
enough.
That's enough. I just what I'm seeing here is that you're at a time here where there's a lot of new creativity available to you, and probably for the next year or so, you're going to be called upon to being very creative in new directions, in new areas. So it's a very exciting time for you. It does feel as though there's a sense of healing and creative energy that are flowing together, especially as we get into November. And by the time you get into December, it feels like there's a sense of attracting new people to yourself. So there'll be new people coming into your life. After the first of the year, there is the element out here of rebirth, of birthing a new aspect and birthing a new project. And it does feel as though this element of making something new happen in your life is very profound. It also has the element of magic and miracle attached to it, and it does have the feeling of Scorpio rising, which would suggest that it's going to require of you to sort of be reborn out of the ashes of the old. Not that there's anything wrong with you or anything like that. It's just a new you is going to be appearing, and you'll have new responsibilities and new directions that you're going to be moving in. It does feel as though by the time you get to the springtime that there will be two different directions you're moving in. So it does feel like for a short period of time, there may actually be two professions, two jobs ongoing here. But by the time you hit actual summer, there's laughter, joy, and celebration, more money coming into you than you anticipate. I will tell you that the more creative you are, the more exciting everything will become. So if you're waiting for something to happen, being creative in that waiting period is a very good idea, because that kind of signals the universe that you're ready to take on new responsibilities and go in new directions. It does feel here as though there's an initiation process, so that does feel like there will be some sort of screening process at some point in time. And this is going into the fall, so it does feel as though there will be ongoing changes as things settle down into a smoother routine for you. But I would caution you to not really get real comfortable, because lots of changes happening as you go along is a sign that you're growing and you're expanding yourself. You're becoming more spiritually oriented. And because of that, more and greater things will be coming your way. So you probably have a couple of years here in which things are going to be changing radically for you, all in a very positive direction. But the minute you begin to feel like, oh, I have control over this and this is easy and I'm going to sit back and enjoy, don't get to that point, because the more challenging you make yourself, the more exciting your future becomes. Okay?
It's so beautiful. That is so remarkable. Thank you for sharing.
You're very, very welcome. Now, if you go to my website, which is barbaradelong.com, and you sign up to be a member of the circle, you'll get notified when we change our platform, and it'll keep you up to date on where you can get a hold of me if you want to.
Yeah, that is marvelous. Are you going? Just a quick yes or no. Do you see that humongous project being initiated?
It feels like it's after the first of the year.
Oh my gosh, it's going by the city. I really, thank you, ma'am.
There's paperwork. It looks like you'll get positive information, but it doesn't feel like it actually takes hold until after the first of the year. Okay?
Thank you so much for beautiful, and may you have good health. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
Okay. We've got, something, either the print got smaller or my eyes got worse. I think it's probably my eyes. We have Elizabeth here. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you doing?
Hi, Barbara. I'm okay.
How can I help tonight?
I'm feeling really lost. My emotional support animal, cat, was passed away 4 months ago, unexpectedly. He was hurt by a vet during a routine procedure, and I could not save him. Yeah.
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
You're talking to a cat lady. I had 12 at once. Okay, so it was a he?
Yes.
He's still around you.
I know. I've seen him.
And you feel him at night when he jumps on the bed.
Yep.
So you didn't lose him. He's just not physically there.
True.
He had great eyes. And it feels like he talked to you, too.
Yes.
He was definitely a familiar. I'm not saying go out and get another cat right away. But right. I am saying that you need to have a cat, so let a cat find you.
Mm-hmm.
So be guided by your inclinations and stuff like that. I mean, if you suddenly see a sign for free kittens or whatever, and it feels right, go look for one, possibly two. But it feels as though I know what it feels like. It feels like everything is empty. I've got it. I know exactly what you're talking about. At the same time, because he's still there, that's indicating that he wants to transfer the connection to another cat at some time. So it will behoove you to, when you feel right, only when you feel right, to start looking around at kittens or cats for adoption or whatever. But I feel almost like it's going to be a kitten or kittens. So,
yes.
Because I really feel like I feel it's two you're going to look for, but they will find you. So, but put yourself in the position to be attracted to them. Whether you go someplace and two kittens just suddenly crawl up your leg or something. Wear long pants when you go to look. Because the kitten claws are awful sharp. But it feels to me as though this is important for you for your stability. So, how long ago did he pass?
It's been almost 4 months, and he passed in my arms. We were inseparable, and he just went through a horrible ordeal because the vet lied to me. I took him to another vet, and we found out he got stabbed in the head.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it caused a brain infection, and so he fought
Well, you
up
did it.
until the very last day.
You did a kindness, and you were with him, and
Yeah.
but it was his time to move on.
Mm,
And
what a tragic way.
yeah. Well, it's not an easy thing to die. Nobody seeks it, and this cat was almost like a person.
Yes.
So he understood you. He understood certain words. He had a sense of
Mhm.
humor, and
Mhm.
he got in trouble on a regular basis. He wasn't that old. How old was he?
He was 13. He just turned 13.
Doesn't feel that old at all.
I know. He still looked young.
Well, I feel strongly that you're going to find the next. It's two. I see two coming your way.
Mhm.
You're gonna find them. Well, before Christmas, it feels like it's a Christmas present almost to yourself.
Yes. Yes. I had a dream that I was driving and I saw a little white cat in the grass, and I picked him up and he said, "Mom, it's me. Don't you recognize me?"
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna. It's gonna be fascinating. This is before Christmas. Before the end of the year, you will have another cat or cats. I see two. But if you only feel like one is right, then do what's right for you. But it's time that you started being creative and starting to generate that creative energy that will bring this process into activity. Without creativity, life is not going to move forward. So you're going to need to be creative, whether it's writing, whether it's drawing, whether it's painting, whether it's reorganizing your medicine cabinet. I don't care. Just start to be creative. It's not that you're letting go of him; it's actually you're giving him another channel to come to you through.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So,
I'm just traumatized that what happened to him. I had to take him for an animal autopsy, and I did not receive him back in the way I dropped him off, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
And I'm going to trauma therapy over this, and this is just like the most devastating thing I've ever had to go through. I love this cat more than anything.
I've gotcha. Those are very special cats. You said a white kitten. I'm seeing a Russian gray.
I have a gray cat right now that was his brother, and he's grieving over him too.
Yeah, it's impossible to tell somebody when the time to stop and get on with life is, because it's different for everyone, and you'll always miss him, always. But it's important as well to provide a chance for him to come through again. So I would, I'd love to say sue the pants off somebody, but that's absolutely ridiculous. You're not going to do that.
Right.
So let's start even volunteering someplace. But you did a lot of creative stuff that you stopped doing, and you need to start back up with it. What was it you did that was creative? I mean, you put everything aside.
I did. I had a travel blog, and I stopped during the pandemic, and then I stopped, when things got better, so I could take care of him. And I've been thinking about redoing it, renovating it, just getting up again and traveling again.
Yeah, I mean, you've got magic and miracles here when you come into the springtime. You've got magic and miracles in April. You've got Laughter, Joy, and Celebration in May, and you've got birth of a new aspect of yourself and Phoenix Rising energy here in June and July. So while you're together, there are sites you can go on that are memorial sites for pets. You could create a memorial for them and put pictures up and all sorts of recordings and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I have done that. Yes.
Okay. Well, then let's get back to our creative stuff. Start a journal. Start,
Mm-hmm.
and okay, this is going to sound strange. Have you stopped making your bed?
Yeah. Yes. Why?
Because I got the message that you need to start making your bed again. He played with you with the bed, didn't he?
Yes, he was always in there with me.
Okay.
Under the cover with his mouse and everything. Yes.
All right. Let's start making your bed again for starters.
Oh my God. I mean, I understand he was 13, and I was anticipating the next couple of years that maybe he would be transitioning, but he wasn't sick. He wasn't dying, and I just wish it wouldn't have happened in such a tragic way because he didn't deserve that.
Well, it's hard to go through this stuff, but you really need to get going. It's because it's sort of like I'm not going to say 4 months is not. I mean, I had a Russian blue that was the most spectacular cat I've ever had, and I still miss him, but he's been gone 20 years. So that is always going to be there. But I would. He was cremated eventually.
Yes.
You can take his ashes and have them put into a paperweight, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, I could do that.
When I moved, the last time I moved, I had 13 cats that had passed, and I brought all their ashes with me. And I can't stand to scatter them. So, but I do have to move on. But get back to your creativity, get back to making your bed, and let open yourself up for new channels for him to come through, because he will.
Okay.
This was a cool.
That sounds beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, okay. And go to my website, sign up for the circle, and it'll let you know where I am when I go to my new platform. And until then, I'm here every Thursday night with Jeannie. So stop back in.
Okay. I will. Thank you so much for your time.
You're so welcome. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So we have, I think, Ellen here. Hi, Ellen. How's it going?
Hi, Barbara. First of all, let me wish you the best of luck on your new platform, whatever it is.
I am so terrified. I got so used to Block Talk that it was 16 years, I actually know what I'm doing on it. Now I have to start on another platform.
And you'll build some new brain cells. You'll do it.
Oh, no, I know I will. It's just that it's also important that I go video, and I'm not happy with that because that means I have to dress for every show. So, I can sit here in my sweats and, but now I'll have to, well, I do comb my hair, but it's just a big transition, and I'm very excited about it. I just, when I don't have anything to learn and to work on, just the anticipation, I told my tech to, hurry up because I was ready to do something, and he guarantees me we'll be fine. But what does he know? He's just a tech.
Well, I think you know everything. You sound like a great psychic. I've just been listening to the last two callers. And if you don't mind, you're so talented. I have a specific question, or I could ask you, well, what do you see coming up? What do you think you feel more comfortable with answering?
Well, is your specific question really pressing, or would it be easier for me? Oh, okay.
No, it's not that pressing because
well, then let me give you what I see here, and you tell me if I fringed on it. it does look as though you're at a place in time where you're making new commitments and new directions. And so this whole next year is going to be a time in which you're starting a lot of new things. And I have to mention to you that whatever you start in the next 12 months, and that's 12 months from now, whatever you start, you will eventually finish, but it may take longer than you anticipate. So my recommendation is to start as much new things as you can, but make sure that you are ready to commit to actually finishing whatever it is. Because you have a habit of starting things and not finishing them. And so it's important that you get it down so that, yes, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and whatever. It does feel as though you're getting your house in order, you're decluttering, and you're getting rid of things that no longer apply to you, which is a very good thing for everybody to do, especially when we come into the November, December timeframe, starting to declutter a bit, only so you can gather more stuff. You're a saver. And it does feel here as though you are getting yourself into a place where you want a unity of focus. And it does feel as though after the first of the year, you're going to be creating new foundations to work from. It does feel as though you're moving in new directions. It seems as though there's work out of the home or on the home. I can't tell which, but there is definitely work going on here. I'm smelling sawdust and paint. And it's not mine. It's got to be yours. So that you've got stuff going on around the house that looks pretty interesting. I would say that you're setting things up. You're planning ahead, and it does feel as though you almost have a checklist in a notebook or something where you're checking things off as you accomplish them. I admire that. I suggest other people do it, and I just haven't gotten around to. I do it, but I do it on different pieces of paper, and I lose the paper. But what I'm seeing here is that you've got a lot of this new energy coming in. You've got body, mind, spirit. You've got a tremendous amount of spiritual energy here. So if you're not involved in some sort of spiritual project or projects or even work, you really should be. It does feel as though every now and then you step back and you ask you ask yourself if you're crazy, and then you tell yourself you're not. But you get ideas in your head, and it's just amazing. You need to write everything down. If you write it down, you anchor it in reality, and spirit will help you manifest it. If you just think about it and don't start it, it'll just drift in the ether forever. Maybe to be picked up in another life, who knows. But you do have this element here of working on yourself, of new beginnings and fresh starts as you get into June, and setting yourself free to be you. It looks like you're coming through a time of greater courage within yourself, and you're basically shaking off other people's expectations of you so you can be yourself and do what you need to do for yourself this lifetime. I do feel that this is a time frame this year of moving through and letting go of things that no longer apply to you. And it can be people, it can be things, it can be insights, it can be dreams. And, sometimes a dream becomes a nightmare when it goes off track. And that may have happened to you in a couple of places. But that's okay. A good nightmare is not bad. You can get up and fold laundry. I do feel that there is a sense here of having a tremendously close connection to the divine. And notice I said divine and not God. I feel that you go beyond the element or the aspect of God into connecting to the divine, the source of all creation. You are an extraordinarily spiritual person who doesn't like the dogma of any organization that's going to hold you in. So that there is this sense here of body, mind, spirit getting together, you shifting and focusing and going in new directions and finding new modalities and new people to experience. Did I hit it?
Wow. Some of those things rang right on, like you hit me with like a bullseye. Some of them not so much. But no, a couple. and I'm not putting you down when I say the other one's not so much. It might, because you're talking about a year ahead. It might be something that evolves.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I prefer to do the ahead, because you're opening yourself up to new experiences and new directions.
Yes.
So it's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, and I know I'm becoming more and more of myself. I've been around the planet long enough. I guess I should.
Well, happily the pond is not going dry. So it does feel as though you're going to be wading into some new projects, which are going to be pretty interesting.
Thank
and
you,
you've got a lot of great ideas. You just you haven't put them down on paper enough so that the universe knows you really fully intend to go forward.
I will do it.
Okay. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Oh, my goodness. Let me see here now. Yeah, the print's definitely getting smaller. Okay. We've got, I believe, Hildy here. Hi, Hildy. How's it going?
Hi.
Heidi. Is it Heidi or Hildy?
Yes,
Heidi.
it's Heidi. Hi, how are you?
How you doing?
Hi, I just wanted a general reading tonight.
It feels here as though there is, this is going to be a year, this next year, 12 months from now, that you have compensation coming to you above and beyond what you anticipate in all areas of your life. It's a time where this next year is going to be a time where there are actually new developments and changes, and it feels like you're coming through what I would call, it's almost as though you've made a contract with yourself to make changes, and you're going to allow this to happen. There's a sense here of new energy that's coming in, and there's the element of initiation that comes in at the first of the year. So it does feel as though the spiritual aspects of you are really beginning to bubble to, if you were a moonshiner, I'd say that you were beginning to work. It's almost as though you've got a lot of stuff bubbling up inside of you, and you're looking for places to apply yourself and new directions to go. There's a sense here of bringing a greater harmony into your life between healing energy and creative energy, and it's almost as though you have two directions you want to go in, and I would say that you don't need to make a choice, that if you balance yourself correctly, you'll be able to go in both directions at the same time. As you hit the spring time frame, there's a sense here of being reborn out of the ashes of the old. It's a Scorpio energy, and what it means is that you're making massive changes as you get into the springtime. There's a sense here of new creativity, new directions. You feel as though things really begin to blossom and bloom as you come into the spring and summertime, and as you get into the colder months, that you kind of are almost like you're almost like hibernating. You're kind of finding books to read and things to do inside, and almost eating bonbons by the fire type stuff. Springtime, summertime is a time for your creativity to flow, your energy to expand, and there's there's healing energy here as well. Frog in my throat. As you get into the fall time frame next year, there again is healing energy here, and there's abundance on many different levels. I'd almost say that you're coming into money not from a death. Nobody's dying and leaving you a fortune. But there is abundance coming into you, and it does feel like there's some legal technicalities that have to be ironed out, but that as they get ironed out, abundance flows your way. It's not a constant flow. It feels almost like it's a I'm not going to say a lottery ticket, because I don't feel like it's a lottery ticket, but I do feel money coming into you above and beyond what you anticipate. And as that happens, please make sure that you save. Don't spend all of the extra all in one place. Have a savings account. Call it. It's a JIC, just in case account. I don't feel that you're going to need it, but you need to have a backup of some sort. Okay?
Yes. Thank you very much. Good evening.
You're very, very welcome. Good night now. Okay. Trying to keep everything straight here. You guys don't see the switchboard the way I do. It gets very confusing after a while. Okay, we've got Tom now. Let me just get my act together here and pull Tom on. Hi, Tom. You there?
Good evening, Barbara. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing quite well, thank you. How can I help you?
I'm just wondering what you see happening in my love life. Is my marriage going to stay together?
Well, it feels here as though the element of truth is very important to you in relationship. I would never tell somebody that yes or no. That's not up to me. That's up to you and your partner. But I will tell you that the element of love is very, very prominent within you, and the element of truth as well. They seem to be hand in hand here. I do feel that there are changes coming in your life that, again, there may be some legal issues that need to be taken care of. But as far as your relationship, marriage, it's a marriage, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's up to you and your partner. That no psychic or reader should ever take the responsibility of giving you an answer one way or another on that. I will tell you that truth is very important, and being honest and upfront. That there is the element of a lot of love within you and around you. There is change coming, but I would say that the central card of the layout that I threw for you is spirituality. So understanding how each person in the relationship has to hold on to their own dreams and follow their own dreams and then share the experience. So learning how to be independent yet in a relationship is a very hard thing to do. It's a very hard thing for anybody to do. And, sometimes you need to work on it. Sometimes you need counseling of some sort for a short period of time to sort of understand how you maintain your own dreams and follow your own pathways while sharing and walking hand in hand. You have the capacity to have magic happen, and it's a matter of how hard you want to work on it. But certainly the possibility is always there. And it's also between you and your partner to understand you need to work things out so that everybody understands where everybody's coming from. I feel you've got a lot of amazing energy here. There is a sense here of actually money coming into you in the springtime in two places, both in May and in July, so that money is going to be flowing for you. Money is not going to be an issue. It could be very exciting, but keep yourself balanced and become the person you want to have in your life. And if your partner does the same thing, then you have great honesty and the capacity to have magic happen. Did that help?
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. Take care now.
Good night, Barbara.
Good night. There is no way any reader should be, in my opinion, telling anybody two things. One is relationship, is it going to work? And the other is death, because we don't see death. That's up between you and the divine. So it's a matter of, I'm sure that there are people out there that would do that. That's sort of above my pay grade. It's something that people have to work on themselves and grow on and grow in, and it's a matter of understanding who you are and where you are. I understand it's a question that everybody has from one time to another. And once the more you work on yourself, the more you understand yourself better, the more you see the pathway you need to take, and the more easily you take the pathways that are out there for you. Again, I'm not copying out. I'm just saying that that's not within. It's above my pay grade. It's not within my venue. It's not something I do. I can do a lot, but that's putting more on my plate than I think I should have. So we've got Stacy here, I think. Hi, Stacy. Hello. Stacy is snoring. Oh goodness. We're gonna let her sleep in peace. We'll come back to her, see if she wakes up. Didn't think I was that boring. Maddie, we're gonna take Maddie here next. Hi, Maddie, are you there? Hello? Whoops. Hi, Maddie, are you there?
Hi, I'm here, yes. Hello?
Hi, yeah. I don't often get somebody snoring, but it's happened.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah. Yeah, my name is Maddie. I'm calling from Georgia. Barbara, I just like a general.
Sure thing. Happy to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You've got, oh my goodness, look at all the love around you. Are you a minister?
No.
You ever thought about it?
No.
You haven't.
I was told here recently, I was at Alta's Fest, and she did energy work, and she said, "Oh my God, you're very spiritual."
Yeah. There's the element here of you've had past lives in which you have been a minister or a prophet or a leader of a group of spiritually oriented people. So you have that capacity here. Doesn't mean you have to walk that pathway this lifetime. But there is, I would imagine that you are the person that people dump all their problems in your lap and expect you to fix them. You're a counselor. You have been a counselor for years and years and years. And whether or not you do it professionally or not, you certainly do it privately. There is this element here of great wealth, great intensity, great spiritual energy. It's really profound. If ever you thought about doing it, you might check out the Sanctuary of the Beloved, which is, it's not an online school or anything, but it is an ordination that one can get that will allow one to do marriages and funerals. If you might look it up and check it out. I would say that probably for the next little while, you're going through what I would call a growth period, a period of time where you're doing a lot of spiritual adjustment internally. There's a sense here of opening yourself up to greater energy, greater portals that are within you. There's a sense here of initiation, meaning that you are coming to a time where you are going to be challenged on a spiritual level, and that you're going to flow through it with grace and dignity. And it's sort of like a challenge within your personal life. Your life is not falling apart; everything is fine, but it's a new way of balancing out yourself, and it's a new way of looking at yourself and your direction and your pathway and where you're going in life. There's a new balance coming into your life here. By the time you hit February, this is cool. If you wear high heels, I'd be very careful, because your balance is going to be adjusting itself as you get into the February time frame. You don't want to fall off of your heels. But it feels as though balance is going to be very important here. I don't think there's anything wrong with you, But I do think that from time to time you get the little floaters in your eyes. That's because you're seeing into another dimension, and that's a kind of cool thing. If it bothers you, take some Tums. It also means you're not getting enough calcium into your system. As you get into the March time frame, there's a sense here of being compensated for a lot of the things you've done for other people. I do feel that compensation is coming your way. This can be gifts of time and energy from other people, but it also can be money to a certain degree, almost as though if you are working, there's greater compensation coming your way, or you may pick something else up that you do for free but are compensated for in many different ways, which looks kind of interesting. There's a sense here of following your instincts and allowing the universe to sort of open doors for you. When the universe opens doors, please step through them. You can always back out. But you're going to be offered, you're going to be able to try some new stuff. And it does feel as though it's really important that you understand that trying new things on doesn't mean you have to wear them forever. You can always take them off and say, this didn't work for me, but it was fun to try. There's a sense here of legalities, balance. Again, the element of balance coming in here in the May time frame. It's almost as though you're signing some legal papers of some sort. This may involve a move or a potential move. Don't know whether you're planning it or not, but there's a possibility of a potential move, and this move could not. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be your home. It could be a job. It could be letting go of one profession and taking on another, so that there was some legal work connected to it. You're not being sued, but there are legal papers being signed here for sure. As you get into the June time frame, here's where I see new projects opening up to you. You have this element this summer of making some massive changes in your life, but it seems like it's very exciting changes. And the element of spirituality is here as well. You might look into Reiki if you might be interested in working with people's energy fields. You might take on a new modality other than what you were already doing, because it feels like there's something with your hands. Do you do craft work of any sort? Because my hands are itchy. Are you not doing creative things you should be doing?
With my hands. Well, I was thinking of doing. I'm a licensed esthetician. And I've been thinking of doing, getting back into doing facials.
Okay, that would definitely, because it just feels like your hands need to be busy, and I would say you might want to try picking up knitting or crocheting or something like that too, just to keep your hands busy, because your hands need to be busy. There's no doubt about it. You've in past lifetimes. You have played musical instruments, and your hands your hands need to be busy. Do you play piano?
No.
It just feels like your hands need to be busy. So piano does figure in here. So because it popped up, just put it aside. I'm not telling you to go out and buy a piano and take lessons, but be aware that there is a musical gift inside of you, and you might find an instrument that just calls to you that you want to sit down and learn. You don't have to, but it is a talent that you've had from past lives. So it's something that may connect you to your spirituality to a greater degree. There's also the element of being a speaker here. It feels as though if you don't now speak in front of groups, that by the end of the year, by the end of 25, you're going to be looking at speaking in front of groups and sharing messages or sharing insights or sharing information. You're going to be speaking in front of groups. It feels churchish, actually, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that. Time you get to September, there's the sense here of greater light coming into your life and books all over the place. So it does feel like you're going to be doing research of some sort that leads you into a healing process. So the element of Reiki coming up here again it may be something you might want to look into. And by the end of the year, it does feel as though there's new love in your life. And I'm not saying what I'm saying is there's new love in your life. That's the message that comes through. Now, I don't know if it's from another person or if it's love of a vocation or love of an aspect of life that you've gotten into, but you've got spiritual energy is so rich within you. I think it's going to open you up to some great magic and mystery that is going to be absolutely exciting for you. It's going to be a great year.
Oh,
okay?
Good. That sounds wonderful. Oh, wow. Music. Wow.
Yeah, music. Do you sing?
No. Music opens me up. It's just my whole being. And I've been told before, I've been asked before, do I play an instrument? I said no. My ex-husband did buy me a guitar, but I never.
Well, if you're not drawn to it, then you're not required, but you have that talent, and there may be, actually, the other thing that comes up here is, and I don't, how people deal with their spirituality is their business, certainly, but I'm seeing a church choir here now. You don't have to be good. Any church choir has to take anybody. I'm tone deaf, but I sang in a church choir for 5 years. They just put me next to people that had really good voices. But the aspect of singing and being in a group that is creating music can be a very enlightening and uplifting experience for you. So, you can nap during sermons and just enjoy the music. But there is that aspect, that quality here of needing to have music and being a part of music in your life. So just be aware of it and see where it takes you.
Sure thing. Well, I definitely listen to music all the time because it's so uplifting.
Absolutely.
Very uplifting. Mm-hmm.
Try a choir. And you don't have to even be a member of the congregation. You just, they're always grateful for voices, good or bad. They like people.
Yeah.
I can remember in college, I wanted to join a sorority that, they were just so musical. It was incredible. And they were ladies of color, and I'm not, but I loved them. They were wonderful, and the music was just spectacular. And when they rejected me, I said, that could be considered, a form of whatever. And they said, oh no, has nothing to do with the fact that you're not of color. You can't sing. And I said, well, you've got me there. Okay.
So, Barbara, you were saying that I could do energy work?
Absolutely. Okay. So do check out Reiki, because that's a great form of energy work. And you can do it on people, you can do it on animals, and you get energy from doing the work with other people. So it's a cool thing to do.
Okay.
And what you should do is try it and find a good Reiki practitioner whose hands get very, very hot when they work, and see if they teach Reiki. You don't want to just go blindly into somebody who's just teaching it for the money. You want to go into a practitioner that has skills.
Yeah, got you. Very true. Very
okay.
True.
Well, get back at me and let me know how it goes.
I will. Thank you, Barbara. That you hit on some things that really, that's how I've been feeling, most definitely. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm going to go back and listen to it in the archives and write down some notes. Yes.
Sounds
Thank
like
you.
a plan. You're welcome. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Okay. Onward we go. Oh, well, now this is a name I'll remember. Hi, Barbara. How's it going? Hello? Hello, Barbara.
Hello?
Hi.
Yes, I'm here. Hi.
Hi.
I was too busy laughing at our names.
Oh. Gotcha. How can I help?
Well, I've been going through serious health issues, and I'm feeling like family members that have passed. Are they trying to contact me or give me direction? Because it's just a lot of stuff, Barbara. I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, you know I'm not a doctor, right? So.
Right. I get that.
Okay. I would say that your resistance, your energy field itself is low. That you know you're in the process of rebuilding yourself up, so that you are open to family members, you know, checking in and letting you know that they're around. Not that they're waiting for you to cross over, because that's not the case.
Oh no, No, I don't feel that at all.
But I do feel that there is a lot of spirit energy around you. I would say, have you found money on the floor? Pennies, basically?
Not that I know of, no.
Pay attention. That's one of the ways they let themselves be known. Also, smells, and good smells. I know my mom passed 30 years ago, and every now and then I smell her powder, and I know she's around. I do feel that in many ways that spirits are trying to just sort of let you know they're supporting you. I don't feel anything here. There's nothing here frightening. It's just just checking in.
Right. I just mean in more of a loving way. That's all.
Oh yeah.
Not to give up and keep pushing.
Oh no, no. But it does feel as though there's a female energy around you for sure, and there's a male energy as well. There's also a dog. I don't know if do you have a dog in spirit?
I do.
Okay. So
I was gonna. You know what's funny? I was gonna ask you about her, Haley. Yeah.
Well, she's definitely here. She's a cute dog. I keep getting this tail wagging like crazy. So yeah, you've got but you've got a great deal of spiritual energy that you are manifesting, and so that does draw in spirits. I mean, it's a good thing. You've got spirits working with you. You've got healing energy here. And it does feel as though every time one thing is taken care of, something else crops up. But I do feel that you're going through a process almost of rebirthing in many ways. So it's a way of letting go of what doesn't work anymore. I mean, there's the cards that I've thrown for you are just amazing. They have abundance. They have spiritual energy here. They have the element of a new balance to your life, a new direction for your life, new insight for your life. They have, especially after the first of the year, there's an element of duality. So it feels like you're going to be going in two different directions at the same time, which you can handle. Have you gotten rid of a lot of stuff? Because I feel a lot of decluttering of getting rid of stuff here.
Yes, working at it. Yep. Yeah, it's everything is energy, as we know. Yeah. And going through the process with this health issue, it has spawned an increased desire to do that. And I'm feeling lighter, better with more that I get rid of.
Yeah, absolutely. It's almost like there's a rebirthing here. There's one thing that is coming through here that, you know, I like to keep everything spiritual, but this is okay. So what I'm getting is you've been going through your closet, getting rid of stuff, and you've chosen to save some stuff just in case. And the message is get rid of it. And the message is get rid of it. If the occasion arises, you're going to want to buy new anyhow.
Well, they don't know me then. Yeah, no. With the health situations, you know, and regarding clothes, for example, I usually buy things that are pretty classic, that pretty timeless, you know.
Yeah.
So that I have kept them. I figure, well, if I keep on my trajectory of this holistic eating, that I'll be able to fit into them and I won't need to buy new. And I plan on keeping to that, Barbara.
Oh, I think you'll keep on. I think you will keep on the eating stuff. Absolutely. But let me put it this way. At one point, I wore a size 8. And I had some really pretty stuff. And every time I cleaned out my closet, I kept one dress because I really loved it. And, you know, here I am 40 years later, and that dress finally went because there was just no way I'll be a size 8 ever again.
Oh, no, this is, yeah, it's not the same thing. No. We're just, yeah, no. Yeah, I used to be a 2. That ain't never going to happen either.
I know that feeling.
No, we have to ground ourselves in reality.
Yeah, but you know what you've got going on here is, you know, you're doing such a beautiful job, and it does feel as though after the first of the year, there is a new spurt of energy. There's new energy here. Are you meditating at all?
Meditating. I do Reiki. I used to do Reiki. I haven't been doing it. I'm doing a lot of prayer. With the meditating, clearing myself with my hands, my aura.
Yeah.
Because that feels. I even rub my hands with salt, and in the shower do salt, just to cleanse my auric field.
Yeah, great idea. Great idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think, you know, prayer is talking, meditation is listening. And I just feel that maybe an additional have you ever done empty mind meditation?
No.
Empty mind meditation is probably the easiest thing. Well, it's easy until you try it, and then it becomes hard. So what empty mind meditation is, emptying your mind for at least 10 minutes at a time so that you're not thinking of anything. And as things drift in, you just, you know, shove them out. And when you get to the point where you can do 10 to 15 minutes of an empty mind meditation, you have meditated. So it's a matter of learning how to not think. And for all of us, it's such a hard thing to do. But once you've gotten to the point where you can do it, it is rejuvenating, it is energizing, it is magical. So give it a shot. Try it.
Yeah.
Try it for just like 5 minutes at a time, because you find that you're saying, nope, go away. Nope, go away. Nope, go away. And you know, after 5 minutes or so, this is worthless. But if you keep it up, it's the consistency of keeping it up over time that you will build to a point where you are, you know, just sitting in a void. And at that moment, Spirit is able to work through you and give you messages and do all sorts of things. What happens is when you get to that point, Spirit is able to plant seeds of inspiration that will come to you once you get back into the normal life flow that you were in. So you give your spirit a chance to plant a seed, and it does really. It really looks like you've got a great amount of stuff here. You've got abundance on many different levels. By the time you hit June, you've got Phoenix rising energy, and you've been working really hard on making changes. I think that your spirit is putting you through a lot of stuff to cleanse yourself, to really get rid of stuff, even from past lives. So you've got.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. And when I've had some of my clinicians, one in particular, I love her, and I told her, I'm going to have a miracle.
Uh-huh.
And I really believe that. Now, what my miracle is, and what the divine has, might not be look exactly the same. You know what I'm saying? I really feel that I am going to have a miracle, and I won't let go of it. So some want me to go under the knife, yes, and it's not absurd for them to feel that way at all, and I just can't, because something just says
follow your heart.
You have to,
follow your heart,
and
because
so
especially
I haven't,
especially as you get into the let's see, April time frame. There's abundance coming your way. There's work that's going on. There's Phoenix rising energy here in the June time frame. Money coming in. Yeah, you've got follow your inclination. Follow your spiritual your spiritual callings. I mean, don't be obscene. If you have acute appendicitis, take it out. But so long as you're not compromising your life, and I don't think you are, it seems to me that you have very great insight, and you're working spiritually on everything. At some point in time, there may be need of something, but it's nothing massive. Right. Yeah, you're in good shape.
I think there's going to need to be maybe surgery, but it wouldn't be what it would have been beforehand. And, going through some certain clinicians, it's all this rush.
Yeah.
No, not at all. This is my body. I've got to live with the consequences, not you. I'm very firm about it,
Yeah, you're doing holistic stuff perfectly. You're doing the right thing in the right way, and I do feel that you've got guidance too, so that you're not out on a limb all by yourself. You have practitioners that are working with you. So I think that you're in good shape. And
my little doggie Haley, I dreamed about her 3 years before. I had a dream I was going to have her. In fact, 3 years, and I was in the house that I wasn't in this house when I dreamt about her. I didn't even own it. But I ended up owning it, and she was there, and my ex-husband at the time was holding her with a coat he didn't even have yet. So all these different things, and she was, I'm telling you, an angel.
She's around.
Oh, I can believe it, because she touched my soul in a way like the lady, other people that have had animals. She touched my soul in a way that I just needed help. I had a little guy that was 6 years old, and there was like 15 minutes where he'd be in the house by himself. Maybe it was 7. I shouldn't say 6. It was 7 and a half. And I just said, God, I need help. And the next thing I knew, the kids were at the store, and they say, oh, you got to come and see this dog. And I'm like, no, I don't. And lo and behold, it wasn't that dog, but it was another dog. It was her. that I happened to see and knew and was an angel from the beginning. In fact, when the vet put her down, as I was kissing her head, my sacral chakra was just spinning out of control.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a special dog. Like, special.
Oh, she absolutely, yeah. Now I have another one now. And sometimes it's so funny. Now, how does this work? The one I have now, and they're both golden retrievers. So Haley was a red golden. This is a white one, English cream. And she's a miss, let me tell you. She ain't no soft touch like the other one. And but I feel sometimes when I look into her eyes, I feel like it's Haley. How does that work?
Well, it's easy. It could be. She could be there too. So
yeah, but when I look into Sophie's eyes, I see a softness like Haley is kind of superimposed over her. I don't know how to explain it.
It's called masking, and it does happen.
Yeah.
So, could be sending you love. I got to move on, Barb.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Okay. We've got Valerie here. Hi, Valerie. How's it going? Whoops. Valerie, hi. You there?
Hi, now I can hear you. Yes. How you doing?
Doing well. Good. How can I help tonight?
Okay, I'd like to know what's coming for me, but I would also like to include a gentleman in there and see what you might see around him if he, I don't know if you need a name.
No, I don't need a name.
Okay.
How long has he been around?
I've known him for about 24 years.
Okay. He's divorced?
No.
Okay.
And he's not married either, though. I wouldn't go for a married guy.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me give you general, and then we'll hop back on him.
Okay.
It does feel here as though this is a time of change for you. This next year is going to be a time frame where you're into the books, you're into research, you're into moving in new directions, you're into learning new things. I'm not going to send you back to school, but it does feel as though you are. Yeah, no, you're fine. It does feel as though, however, that you are stretching yourself. You are moving into areas that you haven't been in before. You're finding new balance within your life, and that's a cool thing. You're letting go of a lot of stuff from the past and kind of making room for new adventures, so to speak. I'd say that you're coming into a time of new balance. You're coming into a time of healing energy. You're coming into a time of finally focusing on your dreams. Now, now your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, your whatever. I'm not touching relationship here. I'm talking about things that you want to do with your life, in your life.
Okay.
And the important thing is that you start them. You don't put everything on hold because maybe there's something here with somebody else. And you tend to do that. You tend to let another person overshadow your hopes, wishes, and dreams. And for you, relationship is very important. But it's important but it's important as a test to see if you can keep and maintain your own independence while being a part of a partnership.
Okay.
So you need to become the person you want to have in your life, And if, I think this is a very nice person. I think this is a very special person. I think that after all these years, it's wonderful discovering somebody that you have a past with to a certain degree. I just don't want you to lose yourself in trying to be a partner, because that will lose the relationship. Does that make sense to you?
Who are we referring to here? I'm sorry.
You.
Me, yes.
Yeah, I'm referring to you. Your way of being in a partnership is almost forgetting that you have goals and desires too, and helping the other person.
Okay.
And if you start doing that, I don't want to say the term. I don't want to say mothering, but it's kind of like that. Being helpful, sharing, moving, helping them to find what they need to do with their life, which is not your job.
Right. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely not. We are adults. I do not need to mother anybody.
Okay. So this is the law of attraction has brought this person back into your life for a reason. I'm not sure what it is. Were you in a relationship earlier with him?
With the gentleman I asked you about in the beginning?
Yeah.
I was years ago, and I have tried to reach out to him. I'd like to reconnect, but not in a relationship way. I do worry about him for certain reasons, but I'd like to be a friend, but he's not reaching out to me. He won't get back. I feel like there's a connection there, and he's a stubborn, you know what, I have a few choice words.
Yeah.
We had a bit of it got pretty harsh, and I'm okay with that being let go of, but will he reach out to me finally and say, okay, look, we can be friends and let everything go?
Not until you get on with your life. You're putting everything on hold.
No, I still live my life.
No, I know that, but you have this thought, this wish, this hope, this what if. And
what if what?
What if he got back to you? What if you became friends? What if you were just pals? You need to get on with your life and put this on hold. And, as you come into forget Christmas, but as you come into the holidays next year, send a card or whatever, but don't try to pursue it. He just, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Right. I do understand that analogy, definitely. Does he hate me? Will he get over his anger ever in his lifetime or 5 lifetimes from now?
Could be 10 lifetimes from now. But the reality is, by focusing on this, you're shutting out the possibility of other relationships. And I don't think you want to do that. So put it on hold. Get on with your life. Get on with your creativity, your balance, your, the stuff that you're doing with your life. And every now and then try to reconnect. And if he doesn't, then you cannot make him want to.
Right.
And by pursuing him, you're driving him away.
Okay, that makes sense. I get that.
So back it off, and in a year's time, make an effort. But you have so much else to do with your life that
oh gosh, yes.
And relationship is important, but I think that it just doesn't feel like you've ended it or you've let go of it, and he has. But at some point in time, you're still young. He could come back into your life. You never know. But let him be the one that really makes the approach.
Okay.
Otherwise, you are controlling and manipulative, and he doesn't like that.
No, he does not like that in general. Correct. Okay. That is not my goal. I just want to check in on him, see how he's doing, make sure he's okay, and not to mother him, but I know kind of his situation, and, you worry about people that you are fond of or, that you have a genuine like towards, and I worry. I sincerely worry. So I just, want to make sure he's okay.
Well,
and I'd like to hear it from him.
Yeah, well, that's not what he wants right now. So the more you pursue, the more he'll retreat. If you become silent and not there, eventually he'll get curious. You just have to wait it out. And in the meantime, there are other people coming into your life. You might, it does feel that there are more people coming into your life, and there is that sense here of a new balance and a new direction. And as you come into the spring is when I see new people really coming into your life, and that there's a unity of focus here. There's work on new levels, and Jesus, as you hit the summertime, there's don't panic. There's a pregnancy card here, and the pregnancy card doesn't necessarily mean physical pregnancy.
Right.
It does mean it's the birth of a new project aspect, new direction you're going to be going in. And it does feel this is going to draw new people to you. And it does feel as though there's a sense here of spiritual awakening along with magic and miracles and laughter, joy, and celebration. So it does feel as though once you can let go of this, then life starts to unfold for you, and you don't have time to perseverate on what didn't happen or hasn't happened yet. And as the freer you become from that, the more greatly you detach from that, the more you open the potential for that to happen.
Okay. I see what you're saying, yes.
And you cannot BS the universe. Trust me.
No, you cannot.
Oh, I've tried. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I have, kind of said, honest to goodness, I really don't care. Well, all I hear is laughter when I do things like that. It just doesn't work. But I can tell you this. You will have the chance to either respond or not at some point in time.
To him?
Yep.
I will.
But you have to have totally let go in order for that to happen.
And that makes a lot of sense, and I do understand that totally. So act like he's not here. Wish him well and act like he's not here.
Yeah. What do you run into him every day?
Oh, no. I mean, I see him once in a while here or there, but I dream about him. I mean, I have very, it's weird. I have very intimate dreams with him. I don't know how else to say it. But I mean, they're fun dreams. They're happy dreams. They're odd dreams. They're like, some of them are cat and mouse, so to speak, dreams. They're weird dreams. I don't know how else to verbalize it.
It's just because you haven't opened yourself up to something to take its place.
I've tried. I sincerely have tried. I mean, and I don't know how long. I've only been asked out on one date. And I'm not a bad-looking girl. I'm not a beauty queen from a magazine, but I am a good-looking girl, and I'm fun, and I'm outgoing, and I give off good energy when I go out. And I'm like, why doesn't anybody even, say, hey, do you want to go out sometime? Am I undateable? What the heck? A date would be nice, at least.
No, but you're not ready. That's the thing. You're not putting off that energy. All of those things you said about yourself are true, but you're not available. It's kind of like, Mr. Right can't sit down in the chair next to you if Mr. Wrong is still there. And Mr. Wrong doesn't have to be there. The memory of him is there. So you have to
All right.
Fill your life with bunches of other stuff. Don't worry about it. The right person is going to come along. I don't think it's him, but a special person is coming along. So, make yourself ready.
Okay.
Don't go.
Right.
Do not go looking. If you're on dating sites, that's a waste of your money.
I agree.
So let the universe kind of handle it. It handles it beautifully. It handles it in the right time, in the right way. You just have to get out of the way. And you're trying to make something happen. And the dreaming and stuff like that. Well, that's just because there's nothing else there to take its place. So get creative, do things, join groups, go hiking, do whatever. But make sure that you're having a good. Don't do things just to do things. Have fun,
right?
And let your joy be the magnet that draws people to you. And it's a strange world we're in right now. So
you're not kidding.
Weird stuff is happening all over. So just give it a chance, give it time, and by spring, if you're doing things right, you should have more people in your life. You should have a group of people you do things with, and that won't even be a concern. And every now and then you'll think about him, but you'll say, well, I wish him well, and you'll go on with life because that's what you need to do. Okay?
Right. Yes, absolutely. That sounds wonderful, and I thank you. And I'm just going to throw this out real quick. Anything fun and exciting you see coming up? Like, you're going to be, like something fun that you just see coming up that I don't know about, or you know what I mean?
I can see that by the time you get to January, you're going to have some very interesting surprises coming at you.
Really? I like that. Good. I like that.
Okay. All right.
You've been wonderful. Thank you so very much.
Oh, thanks for calling. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay. I wish I was better at this switchboard. So we've got... we've got Nancy here. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Oh, you got to turn your computer or whatever down.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah, otherwise I talk over myself. Because we've got, I think it's a 3-second delay. So you know how when someone else starts talking, you stop? And
yes.
So then the inclination is I hear myself and I stop. So this way I don't do that. How can I help?
Just a general reading. Those were so fun to hear.
They are fun, actually. I get off from a show like this, and I'm higher in a kite because it's been such a delight being able to play with other people's energy.
That's good.
Okay, so you've got a lot of stuff going on here. I think this next year is going to be a year in which you're working really hard on making changes and or extensions and expansions on a lot of things. And it does feel as though you have the how do I put this? It's kind of like you have spiritual energy around you a lot. You are very sensitive. You're very sensitive to spirits and spiritual energy, and so you on many occasions have either seen something out of the corner of your eye or felt a touch that was just a brief touch or whisper or whatever, and it's really cool because you do draw energies to you who have passed over, and these would be people that were in your family circle or whatever. You're not haunted. But people do let themselves be known to you, and you do know when they're around. Yes. I would say that there is a new unity of focus here. It feels like you've made some decisions of late, and that you're going to move in some new directions as we head into the new year. And magic and miracles, expecting the unexpected, is what January holds for you. It feels as though there is a sense here of finding new topics of interest that you're going to pay attention to. You're really, I don't see you going back to classes or school or anything like that, but I do see you finding things that you're going to investigate and look into that you possibly have briefly looked at in the past, but are getting more interested in it. The sense of Egypt comes up here, Egypt and pyramids and Are you into? I'm not saying you have to. You don't have to go to Egypt, but
maybe Vegas. Sorry.
Actually, it could be. I mean, I get flashes. It does. I don't know if they were neon or not. But if you go to Vegas, make sure you only lose what you can afford to lose.
Right.
You tend to get really focused on stuff and lose control of thinking, is this smart after a while? And the reason I say that is because by the time we get to March, you've got money coming into, and it's money above and beyond what you anticipate. So there is abundance coming into you, and handle it wisely. It's a one-shot deal.
Okay.
Nobody's dying. It's not from a death.
Good.
So that as you hit the springtime, there's the feeling here of healing energy, of letting go of some of the baggage you've been carrying. We all have baggage. Some of us have overnight bags, and some of us have trunks. You're kind of in the middle. And I see you letting go of a lot of the stuff from the past that no longer applies. And then there are new groups of people. There are new areas you're getting into. There are new, groups. I see you in groups of people. And, there's line dancing.
Good Lord.
Do you line dance?
No.
No, I know that's what I said, good Lord, but here it is.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where is your 773? What state is that?
Chicago.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever been to Nashville?
No.
I think you're going to visit Nashville this next year.
Oh, how fun. Okay. No plans, but that would be fun.
It's with friends, so it's not, you're not alone. And Nashville is loud.
That's heard.
Oh, it's loud. But it does feel like you're taking. It's not a day trip, clearly, but it's a weekend, and it feels like you and a bunch of friends are going to decide to take off and visit Nashville. I think you're crazy, but
that sounds really random.
I know. It's not your idea; it's somebody else's, and you go along with it. I think you have a good time.
Okay, good.
There's a new balance here in life. It feels as though you are moving in new directions. Are you planning on changing or altering what you do professionally?
I'm trying, yeah.
Because there's really a shift and a change here professionally for you.
Right.
I'm not seeing you getting fired, but I am seeing you taking on a new position, a new direction, and it feels like what you're doing now you've been doing for a very long time.
Yeah, and I haven't enjoyed it.
May I ask what you do?
I write for business.
Well, you should be writing, but you should be writing for yourself. But and you have a couple books in you. Actually, you have at least 3 books in you. But no one ever gets rich on royalties, so that's not the abundance I see coming in. But it does feel as though you are moving into a new direction, and that there is going to be a new job after the first of the year. It does feel like you find something that really. It doesn't exactly fit you, but it challenges you, and it looks like it's a great opportunity for you. And I do see you moving into that newness aspect after the first of the year.
Exciting. Okay.
Yeah, it really is. And again, you're going to have to do research, and you're going to have to catch yourself up in certain areas of your expertise, your commerce. But I feel strongly that the new challenges are going to be very exciting for you and happy. Because you've been, this is just something that's so new, that's so fabulous, that you just say, what the hell, I might as well give this a shot. And it does feel as though it brings out new qualities in you that you haven't been able to celebrate up to this point in time. Springtime has body, mind, spirit together. It does feel as though there's even the potential of a move coming up in a year's time as well. So
that would be great.
It may not be a distant move, but there is definitely a move here, and you need to change your surroundings, whether you paint the walls or change the drapes or whatever. But you need to change your environment because you just need to have newness, freshness, something to play with. As you hit the September timeframe, a lot of spirituality here. It does feel that you may be involved in some classes or some groups that are looking into spiritual development, evolution, and stuff like that. And it's something that whether or not you have done it before, it takes on a new vibrancy with you, as though you have passed a time where you were paying dues into a time where things are unfolding for you. So you've been waiting for this kind of change, and it is coming about. So be ready, because once it starts, it doesn't stop for 2 or 3 years. So
that's great.
You know, that old saying of be careful what you wish for. I can't tell you how many people have, called me back and said, I told you I wanted another job. I didn't think it would be this different or this, much of a change. And so be careful what you wish for. It does look as though cool stuff is coming up here. So keep me posted. Give me a call back.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. That was a fun read.
Oh, you're so welcome. Take care now.
All
Bye-bye.
Right. Bye-bye.
Okay, we've got... Okay, no one's there, so we don't go to that one, Jeannie. She's doing a great job of screening here. Okay, so we've got Karen. Hi, Karen. How are you doing?
Oh, hi. Thank you so much for taking my call. I've been enjoying the show. The readings are great.
They're a lot of fun. They really are.
Yeah. I can't imagine what you say to me, though. I have so many problems in every area of my life, pretty much. I'm very, very frustrated, depressed, and stressed. Keep feeling like I must have screwed up royally, because I can't imagine that this is my life path. And anyway, so I guess what do you see ahead for me, or any guidance maybe about the apartment living situation, health issues, or whatever it is that maybe Spirit thinks I should know?
Well, you haven't messed up. You've done exactly what you were supposed to do. And things that have come your way have been lessons that you needed to have in order to evolve. So, before we enter into a lifetime, we do kind of make plans, so to speak.
Yeah.
And apparently you were very ambitious when you were in spirit form, not paying attention to how much work it would be on the physical form. But when people have as many challenges as you do, it just means that they're very tensely evolved, and they're needing to fine-tune certain areas of their life, and so they chose to draw to them harshness on some levels, but that's because there's a spiritual purpose to it. You're not being punished. I can understand you feeling like enough is enough, but but I must say,
what helped in this too, I recently had a reading, and I was more okay figuring like, yes, I planned this, so I'm just, trying to adapt and accept and go with the flow and whatever. But according to this reader, she didn't see a lot of what I went through as part of my plan and my life contract and just things that I made choices of along the way, and it was free will, and I could have chosen other ways that might have been better for me, but just to look at all of it as a learning experience. Anyway, that hit me very hard, and I thought, if she's correct, and I really didn't plan all this, but it was just free will choices as experiences came, it really hit me hard. It's hard to explain, but I'm feeling like, God, didn't follow the plan, and what is this?
I hope you didn't pay a lot.
No, and
good.
I was going to go back because actually it was a very, very reasonable price, but something about her bothered me, and I wasn't sure she was correcting me, so.
No, it doesn't resonate to me at all from what I see here.
Good.
I will say that you're very evolved. You're a very spiritual person. You chose to do a lot with a single lifetime, not paying attention to just, what it was going to entail. The reason you've had so many challenges are because you are so evolved. People who are not evolved don't have this kind of they don't have this kind of these kind of challenges. They just don't.
Right.
So you've evolved to a point where there's the element of your energy is assimilating knowledge and wisdom that it needs because your evolution process is so intense. And you might say to yourself, next time, let's not be so ambitious. This is a bit much. Let's dumb it down and sit on the beach and drink Mai Tais. But for some, no, there's intense spiritual energy here, and I would say that you help a lot of people. You share a lot of your wisdom and your energy with the people around you. And it does feel as though your struggles have only been a lesson to expand yourself more greatly, to open up a lot of the portals you have within you that you are not yet using, but you surely could be. There's a sense here of your intuition is very, very sharp. I don't know why you're not using it more or paying attention to it. You're not writing things down, and you really should be. That the more you write down coincidences and synchronicities and feelings that you get and or dreams, the more you write them down, you anchor that connection between you and the spirit that rides within, so that spirit can give you more and more insight and information as time goes by. So I
don't think I get much, and I don't remember dreams. Sometimes I think I don't even dream.
Oh no, you dream. You're not. Do you say to yourself when you're going to sleep, I'm going to remember my dreams?
No, I don't put much credence into dreams anyway.
Well, dreams are another form of daydreams. You do daydream.
Yes.
You get inspiration. You get insights that you don't pay attention to. You have feelings. You have gut reactions to situations and people. And you're not giving yourself credit for all of the talents and skills and abilities that you have within you. And once you start tapping into those energies, once you start anchoring that connection with the spirit within, life is going to get easier and more fun. And you have, you're young now.
No, I'm not young. That's it. I'm suddenly not young anymore. It feels sudden, but it's really not. But no, I'm not young anymore. I was always young at heart, I thought, and anything wasn't going to affect me because, I'm still a kid, basically, blah, blah, blah. But my body hasn't gotten that message, so I'm suddenly realizing
I got that. But I'm 80. Listen, I'm 80, and I'm sitting here talking to you. So unless are you older than me?
No. But
okay.
Not by that much.
All right. But that doesn't matter. you've got incredible energy here, and I would go to a meditation class. I would start working with the energies that you've got inside of you. You have skills and talents here that are quite remarkable, that have to do with healing, that have to do with creativity and spirituality and new balance. And there's laughter, joy, and celebration and abundance coming here next year for you, so that you've got a lot of letting go of stuff. Now, yes, you have to go through the baggage you carry. You have to let go of the stuff. You have to.
I've been on a long-time healing journey, and I try to release as much as I can.
It's an ongoing
process. I know all
process.
about that. I've been doing a lot of work.
Well,
I don't know how successful I am, but I've been trying to release a lot of negativity. And I have worked with healers. I do meditations on my own, or, watch healing things, activations, light language, things like that. I'm always doing stuff like that.
Well, it seems as though you're gathering the information, but you're not putting it to use. And once you start putting it to use, then it changes life dramatically. You're powerful. You have a tremendous amount of energy here. And it does feel that by the time we hit February, body, mind, spirit is together. There's a sense here of universal healing here, so that you're flowing with the energy inside of you. Have you ever done Tai Chi?
No, I used to do some Qigong.
Okay.
But not Tai Chi.
Let's look for a Tai Chi videotape or something and get back into running the energy inside of you, because it feels to me as though you have the knowledge and the wisdom, but you're not putting it into practice. You're a powerful lady. You've got a lot of cool stuff here, and you're very, very talented. And I think you're hitting your head.
I don't know how. Sorry to interrupt. No, seriously, I've been, trying to open up to what is it I'm really supposed to do, what are my talents, gifts.
Well,
nothing gives to me.
Our life becomes the example of what it is we're supposed to share. So what I'm seeing is you've got a lot of wisdom and knowledge here, and it's a matter of are you living it? Are you going out and smiling at people and joking with people? Are you looking for humor and love within life? Are you finding places where you can share your growth experiences with other people and have them share with you? I think you're isolating. What I'm seeing is you're isolating yourself, and that isn't helping you. You don't grow that way. All you do is you become constipated with creativity and spirituality.
I agree, but I haven't found my tribe, shall we say, haven't found like-minded people. I thought I did to some degree with this online meditation weekly group that I've been invited to join, been doing for a while, and recently very disillusioned with them. So,
it's important.
I don't want to get into why.
It's important to have the physical contact. Find a unity church or a spiritual church. Check out those areas. Find places where you can physically come in contact with other people. You're too isolated. This spirituality is something you are and you share. And if you're not able to share it, then again you're constipated. So you're in great shape. It's just a matter of finding channels through which to, share this energy and then bring energy in from other sources. You've got great material here, absolutely great. And I absolutely recommend that you reach out to others, and let them magnetically be drawn to you. How about a Science of Mind reading group? And if there aren't any, form one. It's a matter of, the only way we grow spiritually is, you can't sit in a cave on a mountaintop and grow. I'm sorry, it just doesn't happen. You need to be mixing and mingling with people who aren't exactly like you, but can share aspects of themselves with you. So
I think I'm in the wrong place.
You're what?
Where I live. I think I'm in the wrong place.
Nope, you're exactly where you belong. If it's not a challenge for you to find places to go, then you're having these challenges because it's part of your spiritual journey, and it means that you're a highly evolved spirit, and you're just looking for a way to share that wonderful energy that's inside of you, and you're going to do it for sure.
Okay, well, the thing is, I don't know how to meet people here. I think it became a desert, especially since the pandemic days, and never really came back, and the city is deteriorating more and more. And also, I would like to know what you mean and what's so magical that's inside of me that I need to share. I can't imagine what you're seeing that I could be doing, maybe should be doing. If I should even say.
Well, I think that once you start writing things down, and even if it's not a dream, even if it's just an insight or a thought or something like that, you've got so much inside of you. You need to find a way of a channel to get it out, and you can do that through journaling. You can do that through writing. You can even start by writing letters to people you haven't seen in a long time. Writing letters, not on the computer, real letters, and reconnecting. I mean, it's holiday time. It's a great time to write to people you haven't seen or spoken to in a gazillion years, and making a connection, putting it out there. That's creative. That's opening a channel. That's getting outside of yourself. And if you write letters to 10 people, I mean, if two...
I don't have anyone to write to. I think they're all gone. I lost a lot of people.
How about family?
I don't have anybody nobody fits that category to contact.
Write me.
There are a couple of people I wanted to see if they are still around, and I did a search for a while, but I didn't come up with anything. So they may have left the thing.
You can write me a letter. You can write me a letter, and I'll respond. I think seriously, there are. I mean, I've written people that I haven't seen or heard from in longer. I wrote a couple, and I said, I'm just wondering, are you still alive? And and I got a couple of response back. I had one woman wrote back, said, no, I died 5 years ago. And I wrote back, sorry, I missed the funeral. When was it? Can I send flowers? And you have to have a sense of humor, and you have to be open to the fact that you can send out letters and they get no response. But it's the writing of the letter that is the important thing. You can write, and here's another thing you can do. I have a number of people that passed away that I love dearly and I miss. And I write letters to them, and I address it to them in heaven, and I don't put a return address on it, and I don't put a stamp on it. And it goes to the dead letter office, which is where the dead pick up their mail. So write to people that have passed over, knowing you're not going to get a response, but letting them know how you are. And I promise
I'd rather
you.
just talk to them. I'm verbal more. I'd rather, and in the air, I'd rather just talk to them.
I understand that, but that's not creative. I understand that, but writing is a creative process, and that is going to open that channel of creativity for you. You have to open that channel of creativity in order to make things happen.
Okay. And what other things might happen? What things might happen from that?
Well, that's up to what you sign up for, but you have to open that channel in order for creativity to take place in your life and start to open doors for you. It will open doors. Creativity is amazing. The more creative you are.
I do think I'm creative. I've been creative all my life. I just don't like to write. I was good at writing, but, I don't like it. It's not my thing, and I don't ever want to be a person who has to write a book.
Didn't say you had to write a book. I'm just saying you have to be creative, and you haven't been. And that's what you have to engage in order to have the creativity flow into your life and start to move it forward. You have a great deal here, and it's very interesting, and you're in a great place. So get a journal and start taking notes, not letters. Take notes. Got a parking place when I needed one. Phone rang and I knew who it was. That kind of thing. Simple things. You can do it, but I just noticed our time, and I have to get going. So,
can I ask you one question?
Fast one, sure.
Is it possible, could I go for the creativity in a different way, like by getting back into music?
Absolutely.
I would more drawn to that than writing, to tell you the truth.
Then, but get into it. Yes, absolutely. That's absolutely creative. Okay.
I wanted to relearn the piano if I'm not too old for that.
You're not too old. You're never too old. You're too old you're only too old when you've died. So you're fine.
I say that. But I mean, if that would be a good substitute.
Absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your patience and time with me. Many blessings to you.
To you as well. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, everybody. We have managed to fill the hour. We will be back next Thursday. So if I didn't get to you, please come back on Thursday. Call in earlier. We'd love to hear from you. And Jeannie, I think, is retired, but she's my screener, and she'll tell you where you are in the queue when you call in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being there, and thanks for allowing me to talk to your energy and give you information. Good night now.